There comes a time in every man's life when he has to admit that he was wrong. And today, ladies and gentlemen, is that time. I was wrong about Tesla stock. Class is in session. Steve Antonioni here with another episode of Cash College, where I make financial education more accessible and document my journey to financial independence along the way. Today, I'd like to tell you about how I went from somebody who was pretty critical of Tesla to someone who now has a good chunk of the stock in their investment portfolio. Being transparent and authentic is so important to me, so that's why I always want to make sure that I hold myself accountable and admit when I might have been a little bit short-sighted in the past. On top of that, being able to grow as a person, change my mind, form new opinions when I receive new information, this is also very important to me. So definitely don't expect this to be the last time that I form a new opinion or change my mind about something. But before I walk you through why I changed my mind on Tesla and became an investor, I want to draw your attention to what you see on the side of the screen. As I said, being transparent is so important to me. So that's why I want to track my investment portfolio going forwards on every Cash College episode so that you guys can follow along with me. Not only will I be tracking this on YouTube, but I'll also be tracking this in real time. Anytime that I buy or sell an investment, I'll be putting a story on Instagram to let you guys know. So if you're not already following me there, make sure to do so. Okay, so currently all of my investments are valued at about $93,000 at the time of this recording. And you can see that they're currently split between about 54-ish% of that money going towards passive index ETFs, 21-ish% going towards stocks that I've picked, and then 25.6-ish in cryptocurrencies. And this year, this portfolio has worked out pretty well for me. I've made about $19.6 thousand, which works out to about a 27% return year to date, which I am certainly not mad about. But to be honest, I'm much more of a long-term investor. I have my sights set on the future, so I'm honestly not very concerned about year-to-date returns, even if they're bad or good. Today though, I don't want to spend any more time on the portfolio because I want to focus on Tesla. But if this portfolio sounds like something that you are interested in learning more about, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can see all of the future videos on that. So previously on the channel, I've made a few videos that would appear at first glance to make it look like I was kind of bashing Tesla stock a little bit. But as anyone who has watched those full videos knows, there's a lot more to it than that. Personally, I am fascinated by Elon, and I really want to see his grand mission succeed, or I guess at least one of them anyway, which is to revolutionize our relationship with our vehicles and with energy. And I'm actually fairly confident that it will succeed and that it'll probably even exceed everybody's expectations. But as of today, as of this recording, I'm currently not an investor in Tesla. And today I'd like to tell you a little bit about how those two facts actually coexist for me. So you can see two things in this particular video. The first being that I was actually quite optimistic on Tesla as a company. The second is that it hurts, like gut-wrenching hurts to watch old videos of myself. I'm not sure if I'm any better today, but boy, oh boy. Anyway, if I liked Tesla a lot, why was I not investing in it back then? So with all this momentum behind Tesla and more good news on the way, as well as its possibility to achieve its grand vision, why am I not investing in Tesla? Well, simply put, it just doesn't fit with my investment philosophy, which is to hold a broadly diversified basket of global equities. And I mean, sure, by being very disciplined and being a real stickler with my rules about my investment philosophy, I'm going to miss out on a lot of gains and a lot of stocks like Tesla. But at the same time, I'll be virtually certain to experience a solid positive return on my money, and I won't be exposing it to uncompensated risk at the same time. Aha! And there it is. As many of you will know who've been watching the channel for a long time, I've primarily been a passive index ETF investor, and along the way, I've shown many of you how to invest like this. If you don't know what passive index ETF investing is, I know some of those words can sound like, what the heck is he talking about if you've never heard them before? Again, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also check out some of my older videos because I've covered that a lot and will continue to cover that a lot in the future because I still plan on keeping a massive chunk of my money in this particular investment strategy. And that's because I still believe that it is one of the best, if not the best, way to invest for the long term that is very easy and very reliable. And just a reminder, currently that's where 53% of my money is. By the way, speaking of making investing really easy and passive, even if you're not a passive investor, even if you just want to pick your own individual stocks and do that whole thing, you need to check out M1 Finance. This app is crazy. This is not sponsored, by the way. This app is just nuts. And I can't believe I haven't talked about it on the channel before, but I honestly just learned about this app and this feature that it has. It's called Pies. And with this, you can make investing so easy, it's just silly. So remember that pie I showed you from my portfolio at the beginning of the video? Well, with M1 Finance, you can build your own pie within the app by picking the exact investments you want and in what proportion you want them to be. And then every time you deposit money, it automatically gets put perfectly into the pie that you set up. So that means no more manually having to buy, all your individual stocks or ETFs, whatever you're investing in. It's literally just automatic, or all at the push of one button, it gets perfectly invested into the set allocation of your pie that you picked. And of course, everything is free, 0 commissions on these trades. So let me tell you, if you're based in the US and you're not using this app, I don't know why. I mean, that sounds amazing. Unfortunately for me, I'm based in Canada, so I can't use M1 Finance, but let me tell you, if I could, I most certainly would. Like, that to me is just like the perfect way to invest your money. It's so easy. It's automatic. I just don't see how it can get any better than that. I'll put a link in the description down below for M1 Finance, and if you use that link to sign up, you can get a bonus of up to $150 when you create an account. And of course, this also helps support the channel, and I appreciate you all very much. Now, getting back to me changing my mind on Tesla, let me tell you exactly when I started buying the stock and what led me to kind of alter my investment philosophy. So looking back at my first purchase of Tesla, it was on March 2nd of this year, 2021, for a price of around $700. Now, at this point, we were about 22% or so off of Tesla's highs. And the hype around, a bunch of different things at that time was kind of starting to die down. Prior to that, there was a lot of hype in the markets around Bitcoin, around Tesla as well, around ARKs, ETFs, things like that. Oh, and let's not forget about the whole GameStop ordeal. Okay, so this was like after peak GameStop. So the markets were beginning to calm down and share prices were falling. And I thought this was a good time to begin building a position in Tesla. This turned out to be true because if we look, following March 2nd, Tesla fell even further down to around 560 or so, it looks like. Now, normally when you buy an investment and then immediately after you see it start to go down day after day, doesn't feel very good, right? You think, uh-oh, did I make a huge mistake doing this? I mean, at this point, I was down like 20%. So what was I thinking? Was I like, oh my God, no, I need to sell out of my Tesla. This was a terrible investment. No, actually, I was thinking the exact opposite of that. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted to happen. I thought 700 is like, it's down from its all-time highs, but I'd even like it to go lower. And it did. So what did I do? I didn't sell it, I bought more. I bought that whole way down to 560 and then more at 560 as well, because I thought at that point we were getting to like buffet prices. So that was when I built my core Tesla position, and I have been adding more ever since then. And looking at my Tesla position, currently it looks like I'm up about 53% on the entire holdings since that time, which I'm very happy about. So what led me to actually change my investment philosophy? What led me to want to actually invest in Tesla now? Well, remember that in those old videos I made that I said that I really liked the company and that I thought Elon Musk was a great CEO. I was very consistent on this. My main issue, and pretty much my only issue, was that at the time, I wasn't buying individual stocks. I was only buying passive index ETFs. Part of my reason for this was because of my circumstances at the time. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'll give you a general rundown of kind of my history here. So starting in 2017, I started my career in finance, but I wanted to break out of that. I wanted to work for myself. I hated working for other people. So I basically socked away as much money as I possibly could. To do this, I increased my savings rate from 0% upwards to 70% in 3 years and was able to save around $90,000 despite my average salary for that entire time period probably being somewhere around $60,000. By the way, if you're wondering exactly how I did this, well, I created a course on this because this period of time in my life completely changed my life. I mean, now I'm doing exactly what I want to do. And I wanted to share this information with other people because I think it can be just so incredibly powerful. So I created this course, and it seems like other people are really finding it valuable. 100 students have now officially taken this course, and they've given it a 4.7 star rating. So you honestly don't have to take my word for it. Part of the reason why I put it somewhere where it could have a rating is so that it could be transparent and people could see exactly how valuable other people find it. So definitely check that out. I'll leave a link for it down below. So once I had saved up this money, it basically provided me with this big safety net, basically this buffer, so that I could quit my job and still be pretty stable. I had this safety cushion, so then I could try and build my own business and start this YouTube channel. But since I was relying on this stack of money so much for my security at the time, I didn't want to expose it to too much risk. I still wanted it to grow, but I didn't want to expose it to a lot of risk, because if I lost a good chunk of that money, well, I'd be screwed. I'd have to go back to working for someone else, which I will never do again. For now, I just wanted to get the point across that my risk tolerance has changed. I can now responsibly accept more risk in return for a higher reward on my investments. In my opinion, Tesla offers one of the best, if not the best, risk-reward trades currently available at our time today, if you can stomach a potentially very bumpy ride. Now, in this video, I didn't get a chance to talk about how much Tesla stock I have or my future outlook for the company. So if you're interested in that, leave me a comment down below because I'd love to talk about it, and make sure to subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss it if I do make a video about those things. I'm Steve Antonioni, and this has been an episode of Cash College. Before you head out, make sure to check out those links, M1 Finance, the course, and thank you so much for watching today's video. Now, there is one little quick thing at the end here that I'm throwing in.
It's okay, I'm up a lot. Now you're gonna show everyone my savings.
Let's see. Just press Tesla.
I just bought one. I just bought one.
She buys Tesla the day before earnings, and look at that.
I don't know, I think I'm just a natural or something.
Yeah, you're a natural. Holy smokes. What do you think about Tesla?
I'm bullish on Tesla. I'm